Hi, I'm Cindy Costales, Senior Librarian at the Monterey Park Bruggemeyer Library. I'm here today with our April Artist of the Month, Janell Mithani. And Janell has a wonderful exhibit at the library. It's called Baby and Floral Art. And we're going to talk about your art. It's a wonderful, you've got some wonderful pieces here of babies and flowers. Can you tell us how you created those images and how you decided on the idea of bringing babies and flowers together?
Well, I've been a portrait artist for most of my life, and so I've had the opportunity to photograph quite a few babies, and I just love flowers. So I've just decided to combine them together in one art piece. And a lot of my work is what a lot of people refer to as composites. It's a collection of groups of either photographs, paintings, and I just kind of put them all together and come up with a final piece.
Well, all of your pieces are so joyful. I know that this first piece right here, I think you called it Mischief?
Yes.
Okay. Can you talk to us a little bit about it? I see some flowers, daisies, and the baby does have quite a little, shows curiosity and mischief in his eyes.
Oh, yes. He was just a little mischievous fellow here. I had the opportunity to actually photograph his mom when she was pregnant, and then she came back when he was born, and we just had a really fun time. And when I chose the flowers, I just, I have groups of flower photographs, and just felt that these went together. And then as I build the piece, kind of, his expression just, I think just really showed off in that.
Our next photograph that we have here is called Snuggles, and it's just there's a beautiful little baby right there, and I love the pinks that you've chosen, and I really like how you do this edging around your photos with the art here. What can you tell us about Snuggles?
Well, she was just a real sweetie, and I just love something when you have young babies. Actually, the younger they are, the more their skin just kind of curves, and when you hold them, they get little wrinkles. And I think that in this piece, it shows that. And I just loved her expression, and I had her wrapped in a little pink blanket. And then when I went to create this piece, I just felt that flower photograph I had, they just went together so well. And on the edges, I just those just kind of fell in with the pieces, just kind of bring a little bit more feminine look to the piece.
When you're, as a photographer and you're working with babies, is it difficult? How do you find that right moment?
Oh, well, I only need a 60th of a second. So I'm really lucky in that. But I have the greatest job in the world. A lot of moms say, what a great job to get to spend your day photographing sweet little babies. So, and we have lots of fun moments and sing them little songs. And fortunately, they can't tell I'm off key.
How long have you been working as a photographer? Can you give us a little background about your experiences?
Well, actually, I think I started collecting all the family photographs when I was about 5 years old. It was like they were the family photographs as long as they were in my room. So I just love pictures. I studied at Southern Oregon State College in Ashland, Oregon, and I got a degree in art, but photography and painting were my two special mediums. And so I've been doing photography and most of my life. My senior year of college, I put together my senior show, and that's when you work with your professors and kind of choose, you look at your body of work and kind of look at your strengths. And mine really, really pointed to portraiture. So I did my senior show of all portrait work, and then after college, I went to work in a portrait studio, and then I worked for a national photography company for 5 or 6 years traveling, and that's how I came to Los Angeles, was I relocated down here with them. And then I started my studio about 25 years ago. And last May, I closed my studio, actually, and I'm not doing any commission work, just working on just creating portraits and pieces of fine art, and just enjoying time with my daughter and my family.
That's nice. Do you have a website where people can see more of your art?
Yeah, I do have a website. It's www.janellmithani.com. So.
That's great. That's great. Well, our next photograph, I know in talking with you that this is a very special photograph. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is very special to me. It was the very first composite type of photograph in this body of work that I created, and it's also on the cover of my book. So it's just one that I really enjoy. A lot of people look at that and they see the flower first, where other people look at it and see the baby first. And I think it really draws the viewer in when they look at the image, because it's not real obvious that it's two things, and they kind of see things later on. And I really enjoy that when people get surprises when they look at my work.
It's very beautiful. I really think that all of your photographs are very special. And of course, for every parent, we always enjoy photographs of our children. And I think the next one is actually your daughter.
Yeah, it is my daughter Jasmine, when she was just under 1 year old, and we did a wonderful photo shoot with her with that little red hat. And then I later on added quite a few different flower images to create that final piece. And I did create it actually just a few years ago. She's a senior in high school now, so this piece was actually created later on, and the photograph of her was actually shot with film back way before digital.
And the last piece that we have here is called Butterfly, and it's really a cute piece. You captured the baby when the baby was laughing.
You know, babies are so expressive, and children in general, you just never know what expression you're going to get. And just, fun times. And this one just really struck me, that just a fun, joyful photograph. And then I just loved combining it with a rose. Actually, it's a photograph from my garden.
It's beautiful. Now, these photographs and many more are in a book that you published just about a couple of years ago. It's called Bud, A Collection of Baby and Floral Art, and it's just a beautiful book. Let's just open up a few of the pages, and maybe you can tell us a little bit more about some of the, there might be something that you might want to talk about.
Well, the book is a collection of the many years that I've had to photograph children. So it's kind of fun. Some of these babies are teenagers now. And it's just a wonderful collection of the different, some of them are just flowers, some of them are, again, combinations, and others are just photographs of just wonderful, sweet babies that I photographed over the years. Sorry. And then I also love that intimacy of the parent and the child, their hands and their feet, and just sharing that, and those types of images too. So we have a few parents or parts of their parents in some of the photographs. So and then some images lend themselves to color, others to black and white. So there's some black and whites, and some of them are just paintings. I've done a few paintings of babies and children too. So.
It's just a pleasure looking at this book. I know that I've really enjoyed it. If someone wanted to buy the book, how do they find out where they can do that?
They can order the book through my website, or they could just contact me at the studio. If you go to my website, all of my contact information, my phone number, or they can email me if they'd like to purchase a copy.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Janell, today about your photographs. Janell's photographs will be on display at the library throughout the month of April, so we really encourage the community and the public to come down and view them. They're very joyful and wonderful. It's just creates a very happy experience viewing your photographs. So thank you very much for being the April Artist of the Month.
And thank you very much.